Good morning, this is Baba today with Pennystocking 100 to 1000. Welcome back to the series where we take a fresh account on Webull, starting with just $100 and show you the journey it takes to grow that $100 into $1,000 over time. And we're back. This is week 3 of the series. It is May the 14th, 2019. Markets have tried to recover back from a very, very dire week last week. It was very, very rough last week, but the markets are trying to recover today on Tuesday. Let's look at the account. The account is up to $120, so we are up a little bit. And the trade we made on Monday was MARA. Now, MARA is a Bitcoin mining stock. Here it is. We made $3.04 on MARA. So this is a Bitcoin mining stock. Bitcoin, I don't know if you guys are aware, it has been spiking crazy over the last week or so. It has shown an increase, dramatic increase, really. And so I saw people on StockTwits talking about this stock in particular, basically due to Bitcoin's pumping. And so I figured this might be a decent stock to get in on. So we got in at 4:41 a.m. in the pre-market because obviously Webull has access to full extended hours trading. So we got in at 4:41 a.m. We bought the shares at $3.10. 310 was an area that I saw there wasn't a whole lot of sales at 310, but that was the lowest price on level 2 quotes, and there was not a whole lot of sales. But we decided to go ahead and get in there because once the buyers started coming in, they would eat up those 310s very quickly. And shortly after I bought, those 310s actually got eaten up within the next 20 minutes. And then, so the price went up a little higher from there. We actually did end up getting out at 7:04 a.m. We got out at 319. And let me tell you why I got out at 319. Let me go and show you the chart actually. This stock, like I said, was a pump and dump. It's only up due to Bitcoin and its sudden spike, right? So we took that with a grain of salt. We did not want to overtrade this or anything, so we took our small 2% gain, 3% gain, and moved on. Ideally, this thing it went up to 385 was the high for the day, and that was at noon, right at noon or 11:45, around there. So you can say we sold too early. It is what it is. We got out in the pre-market like at 7 o'clock. I just did not see that strength I was looking for. The strength was just not there, right? I'm all about strength. So I couldn't find the strength. The high in the pre-market for the stock was, I think, $3.24, $3.23, something like that. I didn't see the strength, so I went ahead and sold out. And even on the open, as you can see, even if I had the willpower to hold it until the open at 9:30, right? You see this first 15-minute candlestick red, right? Yeah, not a great sign. So even if I held it to the open, I might have gotten faked out. The low was $3.03. I might have gotten faked out at the low, and I might have sold out. Cut my losses at the low or something like that. You would say, well, maybe you're not even going to be down that much. You got it at 310, so you're not going to be down that much. Yeah, but this is a pump and dump. In a lot of cases like this, some people will actually take because it closed at 292 the day before. So even up to 323, some people made like a quick 10% on this thing. Some people will take that quick 10% and dip out of here very quickly, and that's the end of the pump. Sometimes the pumps are that quick, and you have to understand that. So in this case where I was wrong and it actually did go up, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to actually be correct on this type of thing a lot of the time, because a lot of these pump and dumps actually do stop right there. That is usually all it takes is a quick 10%, because the smart traders understand that 10% rally was an actual good rally. You just had to be in early enough to get in on it. But like I said, in this case, I just happened to be wrong, and it did go up to 385 in the midday, and but you can never call these things. You have to be disciplined because you can never call these things, right? you have to take this with a grain of salt. It is an inevitable pump and dump. So you have to trade it smart, trade it intelligently, um, have discipline on this thing. And as you can see, it's even dropping today. 318 was the close today. So it's coming back down. It is a pump and dump. Um, there's no telling where Bitcoin is going to end up in the next couple of days or anything like that, and it might spike back up again. We'll see. But you have to take it with a grain of salt, and you have to trade it accordingly. And so that was that play. And then we actually made another one. We didn't have any more day trades after MARA on Monday, but we actually went against our rules. We made another overnight trade, and we made an overnight trade on TTWO. That is Take-Two, video game company. We made $8.57 on that. So yeah, this is not a penny stock. I know. And that's the good thing about it, because you don't have to risk it all by going into these penny stocks hoping for a continuation the next day. This is a fairly low risk play, even though it was coming into earnings, which is where I had gained my attention to come and try this stock out, because it was earnings in the after hours on Monday. But of course, this stock closed at about $100, and you see I got in at 95.51. But let me actually show you the charting for TTWO. So today it's closed at 103. Okay, so you can see here, we can get a little closer. This is where it closed at on Monday, $100.01. So $100 is where it closed. I wasn't going to buy coming into earnings, like right off the bat. I wasn't going to buy right off the rip, right? I got in at 95.51 because I saw apparently this stock has a history of halting, like right before earnings release, right? So right after the market closed at 4 o'clock, this thing halted. And so I'm looking at my level 2 quotes. There's quite a few sell orders at $98. So the market resumed at 425. I saw a lot of buys coming in on the bid anyway. I saw a lot of bids coming in at around 98, 97, things like that. So the stock actually plummeted after the halt resumed at 425. So it dropped down to 93. I don't know why this chart doesn't show you extended hours, but it dropped to 93 even. I got filled at 95.51. I put in a buy order at 98.01. I just wanted to get filled because I saw that as an opportunity. That was my opportunity to get in for a low risk price. This wasn't a drop due to the earnings. This was a drop due to halt panic, right? This is a strategy in and of itself. People panic because of the halt. That was it. The earnings weren't that bad. The earnings were actually kind of okay. Yeah, they missed in a few areas, but the earnings were okay. So we got in on that halt, and it shot up to $104, and then people locked in their 10% gains or whatever, and then it dropped back down to around 98 is where it closed after the after hours, and it resumed trading today at about 100, and it shot up to 104. So yeah, it got up to 104. What time was that? 9:45 a.m. Yeah, I wasn't in for that actually. I actually fell asleep pretty early last night, and then I actually had like a 15-hour nap. I just could not wake up for some reason. My body was very tired or something, and my alarm clock didn't wake me up at the market open either. So I ended up selling around here when I woke up after the nap, the long nap, 15-hour nap. So I sold at 104 and 10 cents. So we made a quick 9% on that one. So that was pretty good. Very fortunate that was very fortunate that I actually was able to get out at near the top because I did oversleep. But we made our 9% gain on that one, so that was nice. 857 was the profit. This is the trade record. So we don't want to get in the habit of doing too many of these overnight plays. But again, if we're going to take those chances, going to take those risks, at least make sure they are fairly low risk plays. Right? So we don't want to get in things like MARA at the top, like the play we got in today. Oh, it's a Bitcoin stock. Bitcoin is rising. Let me try to jump in and do it overnight, while MARA is at like 350. We don't want to jump in right then and try to hope for a bounce next day. So we are taking low risk plays if you do this strategy, but generally our strategy is just to make 3 day trades per week, and we should definitely get back into that. But again, like I say, if we're going to take these types of plays, make sure they are low risk. And so that was that trade. And we have 2 more day trades coming back in on Thursday, so we won't be able to make one on Wednesday, but we can make a trade on Thursday, and probably we'll do one Thursday and Friday. But I also want to get back into, this one here. This is still eating me alive, because you see all this green in my account, a full page of green. Then you look down, you see this minus 33. As I said, this should never happen. But I want to show you where it is today. Remember, we got in at 450 and we sold it 2 days later at 331. We finally cut our losses. Let me show you where it's trading at today. If I can find the quote. So this is the quote. So 262 today is where it's ended up. It's dropped another 80 cents from where we sold it. It dropped down to 251 today was the low. So it dropped down another 80 cents. So imagine if I was still holding this stock, right? We would not be having a great time. And this is why I advocate getting out. A lot of traders have the mentality of, well, we're already down, such and such. We're already down 30, 40, 50%. Let's just keep holding. It should bounce back. Let me be the first to tell you that these stocks, while it might be a good idea to think that, it's hit a certain level, it should rebound. It doesn't always work that way. These stocks do not have to do anything you want them to. They are going to do what they want, right? That's something you have to really notice. So right now, at the moment, this stock is at 262. It could very well drop down to 26 cents. We don't know. We don't know. And you have to treat these stocks as such. So if I was still holding this stock to this day, my account would be valued at roughly $60, right? And I'm still waiting and waiting and waiting. Instead of doing that, I went ahead, sold out my position, moving on to the next trade, made good trades, smart trades, and now my account is at $120. This is the difference between a good trader and a trader that will never have longevity in the markets. Do you want to be sitting on $60, or do you want to be sitting on $120 and counting? Up to you. But I teach all this and more in my ebook, The Only Penny Stocking Strategy You Need from $100 to $1,000. And I just encourage you all to stay motivated, stay inspired, study hard so you don't hold the bag. And penny stocks will reward you. Thank you.